All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of the Ridgeback Rumble Talk, and we're joined by Danton Kellington. Welcome, Danton.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. How are you doing today?
Not bad, not bad. How about you?
I'm doing pretty awesome. Thank you very much. And if you didn't know, Danton is in the men's curling team. Yep, all the way from Oshawa, Ontario, right here, the hometown of Ontario Tech University. Is that a thing of pride for you, the fact that you're from Oshawa?
Yeah, I mean it is nice getting to play for my own school because I previously went to Durham College and now Ontario Tech, so I've kind of been here, so it's kind of awesome to be able to play for the team.
Nice. That's great. And you're also studying nuclear engineering in
Yep.
Ontario right now in your second year, I believe.
Yep.
And also, you told me just a quick fun fact. You said you have two dogs named Lilo and Stitch. What was the inspiration behind that? Of course, was it from the TV show or was that somebody else's choice?
Yeah, no, just growing up, me and my sister loved the Disney movies and we got dogs that were brother and sister and my parents were like, "Well, we like Disney, so we're two good names for that kind of Disney related, so we just kind of went with Lilo and Stitch."
Yeah, and I think that was a great choice too. And I also saw that you have a sister, of course, like you mentioned, who's also on the women's curling team.
Yep.
So curling just a thing in your family? Does everybody curl as well?
Yeah. So our grandparents used to run the junior program at the Oshawa Golf and Curling Club, and that's kind of how we got into it. And my parents actually met at curling.
Oh,
So everyone in my family is has curled from parents to grandparents. So,
wow. It's a thing of destiny for all of you.
yep.
That's great to know. For sure. So nice to just have that introduction. Let's talk a bit more about the curling team, your teammates, all that stuff around that. Before joining the curling team, was there any of your teammates that you knew beforehand, or what kind of inspired that decision to come to Ontario Tech to curl?
So I had previously played with Colin Shaw. We had played competitive back in when we were in high school together. We played on a team together, and some of the other guys I just kind of gotten to know through curling because when they were playing at the downtown club, I was also playing there with another team. So I'd play against them, and knowing Colin, I kind of interacted and kind of got to know them before I even went to school there, except for Trey when he joined this year.
Yeah, Trey's pretty new to the team. How have
Yep.
you bonded with everybody? Like, what was that like, the bonding process?
I mean, our team has we're we're awesome. I mean, everyone is just such good friends on the team, and we just I don't know, it just something about everything, and just kind of everyone just personality wise just meshes together perfectly.
Okay, that's good. And I guess for sure that helps with the chemistry, also
Yeah.
the ice too. So just walk us through it. When you're, I guess, and looking back at the previous season, this is a very different season altogether. But let's say right now, what does a day in the life of a varsity curler look like?
Uh, I actually haven't even been on the ice yet this year, so not looking too good. But now that we're in the red zone, I think the curling clubs are closed down for the next little while. So once it gets back opened up, I'll go out and start practicing again. But in the meantime, just work out, try to stay in somewhat decent shape, and get back on the ice and not lose everything for hopefully a great season next year.
Definitely. When you're off the ice, what are some kind of exercises that you do to practice, I guess, a skill or the form of curling so you don't lose your touch?
Um, it's always great in curling to have good balance. So just kind of working on that in the gym and just gaining more strength always helps with just sweeping, cardio, just being able to, you know, go all out for an entire game, not the be tired by the seventh, eighth end of an important game. So
Sure, you want to keep that stamina up. The last thing you want is just to pass out. Let all your
yeah, yeah,
That's true. So let's look back a bit. I know you said this year has been very different Back of the previous season, what were some of the moments that you remember quite well that were pretty good, such as your major highlights for yourself or even just for the team?
I'd say like at OUAs we got off to a great start, but we came a little short, came one game short of making playoffs, which was kind of unfortunate. But looking back, we played the game against Carleton was great until I think it was the fifth or sixth end. They were last year's national champions,
Oh,
and it was a we were up, I think, or no, or we were down 2-1 or something. Like we were within 1 point going into the final few ends, and then they made the craziest shot I'd ever seen in my lifetime. And everyone can on the team can vouch that no one should ever make that shot. No professional should ever even make that shot they did. And
wow.
then we still ended up finishing out the game, but being able to go that toe to toe with, some national champions with guys with experiences was pretty awesome.
Great. So, would you say that that's kind of a good indication that the future of curling at Ontario Tech is looking pretty nice, looking pretty bright?
I think so. Well, unfortunately, a few of the guys will be missed that are gone, but me and Trey are still around for a while, and I think Rob's still at the school. So
Okay, that's good. I mean, that's the foundation that's there right now. What would you say is that missing piece that would put you guys to stardom? If I was to say it that way.
uh, I don't know. I'm not too sure.
Hmm. Sure, I guess we'll find out soon.
Hopefully, if there's any elite curlers out there that want to come to Ontario Tech and help us out, you're more than welcome to come.
Definitely, definitely. And just playing with the team, I guess looking back at practice, I just wanted to do a bit more reminiscing. What were some of, let's just say, the funniest moments hanging out with the guys in the team? Or what were some of the adventures that you guys got up to away from curling?
Um, I mean, every time we went out there, we always had a good time. There was no point in the game, no matter how much we were winning or losing. Everyone was just cracking jokes like the entire time of practice. And I mean, we do take it seriously, but kind of our taking it serious is just kind of banter back and forth all the whole time. And then before our last game at OUA's, we gave a big yeehaw before the game, and everyone everyone on the ice was quite confused. We gave the biggest yeehaw curling game I'd ever seen.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, for sure, you said that it definitely, of course, helps with the bonding in the team, helps you get your spirits and energy up for sure. And I believe that will help you play much better as well when everybody's really into it, everybody's feeling the energy. So that's a great thing. I really love that. So, Nanta, let's talk about you more as a person now. Let's say outside the world of curling, maybe outside of being students, just stuff you like to do away from all of that. I want to first start off. Food is a very interesting topic of mine. I always like to talk about food, what people like to eat, and whatnot. What would you say is one thing that you could eat for the rest of your life? Every day.
Every day. I mean, can never go wrong with pizza. Chicken shawarma is always good. uh I don't know.
What are your favorite spots then to eat? If it was pizza or chicken shawarma, what are some of the best places you eat in?
uh Good chicken shawarma. Elia's Nan and Kebab and Whippy's good, but I do love a good pita deli.
Yeah, great choices, man. All right. So I also kind of heard this through the grapevine that you're a big Oshawa Generals fan as well, and I don't think that's a surprise. You're from Oshawa.
Yeah.
Just express how much do you love the team? What are some of your favorite moments from the past? You go to all of the games. Just what's it like being a Generals fan?
So growing up, my family's we always had season tickets. So we used to go to every single game every night, but within the last few years and kind of things schedule's getting busy between school and work and everything going on. We've dropped our season tickets, but we still go to the games quite a bit. But uh, I mean, we took the trip in 2015 to Quebec City when they played the Memorial Cup
Ooh,
to go watch the team, and that was awesome.
I bet it was, most definitely. And of course, you spoke about in recent times being much busier, I guess, with school and maybe sports and all of that, not getting the time to do that. But how do you generally balance being a varsity athlete and being a student as well? In a program such as nuclear engineering, how do you balance both of them?
Um, very difficult, but I don't know. I just somehow find time. I don't know. I like staying up late at night, so usually usually it's kind of curling and then come home and kind of grind school all night.
Just grind it out, put on
Yep.
your night owl hat, and just get busy doing that.
Yep.
So, I guess I should probably ask you, why did you choose nuclear engineering? What was your inspiration behind going to study that?
Um, I've just always had a fascination with, energy and, what like this the power of energy. At Durham College, I took power engineering, so I kind of got introduced to the OPG kind of aspect, and I really did enjoy that. So then I kind of just wanted to transfer those skills onto something even more.
Hmm.
So
Just taking it up a notch every single
yeah.
time. So, let me ask then, when you graduate, are you going to take it up another notch again, or what are your plans after graduation?
Um, I'm not too sure. I'll probably just want to go out and work, to be honest. As much as I want to pay the school more money, I'd love to make some money
Yeah,
as well.
that,
So,
that's fair. And okay, let's take it away from school. Let's not talk about school all too much. Away from school and curling, what are some of the things you like to do just for fun? Or, like you said, you like to stay up late sometimes. Aside school, do you also like to maybe watch shows or like play games late at night? What are some of the stuff that you like to do?
uh, yeah, I don't watch as much shows as I used to, but still, still like watching the odd show, movie kind of thing, playing some late night video games, and
Yeah,
just kind of something to relax and take your mind off all the stress that there is in the world right now. So,
sure. Did you, at least, of course, maybe during the summer, during quarantine, were there any shows that you particularly binged on or you really took a strong interest in?
um, no, not. I didn't watch a lot of TV over the summer. I kind of just got out of town and went up to the cottage and spent a lot of time up there. So just relaxing outside, reading a book,
Yeah,
stuff like that.
nice. What kind of books do you like to read?
Uh, I just enjoy just reading finance books and investing books. I don't know, it's kind of weird, but I don't know, I enjoy that kind of stuff.
For sure. Like, where? How did you start off on that series? I guess of like finance or like investing, or like did you just pick it up randomly, or like did maybe your
Uh, my cousin's huge into it, and then he kind of got me on to a few people, and then I started just buying books, and then he gave me some of his books that he had previously read, and then I read them, and just I think I read a couple of them in like a day or two, and then I just kind of kept going from there.
That's great. I mean, I need friends like yours who will be giving me books, just like. But that's awesome, awesome, then. So let's look at, I guess, your life just in the general sense, in the big picture. Do you have people that you tend to look up to? Of course, excluding family. Everybody always says like their family. But outside family, are there people you look up to, like your inspirations or role models, or just people you like to model your life after altogether?
Um, Outside of family, I don't know. I don't know. I just like people who just kind of go do things. Like, I don't know. I really enjoy listening to Mike Tyson, kind of his what he's become now, and just how hard he works, and just like his mindset is really fascinating to me.
Yeah,
The just the amount of work and dedication that he just put into something.
exactly. Hard work makes the dream work. So, do you tend to implement that into your own lifestyle a whole lot? Like in curling, for example. Let's take it back to that.
I mean, definitely not to his extremes, but I do like to make sure I put as much effort as I can in to be the best for myself and teammates. And I don't know. I go out there and I want to win,
Yeah,
so I got to put myself in a position to help out.
I mean, that's what matters. Always making that progress, putting your best foot forward every time. So, let's say looking back at maybe your high school days, for example, and up until now, how much progress would you say you've made as like a curler, for example? What are some things you're really proud of looking back in those years? I don't know if you've done that recently where you just reflect and say, "Oh, I've actually come a long way." And what are some of those things that you've noticed that you're really proud of?
Um, I don't know. I think I've taken my game a lot higher than I was in, say, high school curling, and I don't know. I've put a lot of work in time, so it's definitely shown off. I think my sweeping has gotten
Yes.
considerably better, even within the last few years with our coach's help and everything.
Yeah. And are there like any mentors or coaches in particular that have really, really helped in that development of yours? Like when
Uh,
maybe way back up until now?
I mean, way back, my papa, who ran the junior program, really helped out. At Rick Johnson, who also did the junior program, just they were awesome in helping me kind of develop, and then getting to Ontario Tech, and Jonathan just
Yeah.
really just being able to take my game to another level.
Yeah. Shout out to those people. Definitely. Very, very incredible to have such people in your life. And now I'm going to take a bit of an abrupt turn in questions. Now, I want to ask you, I love to ask people this question because I believe that everybody has at least one thing that they're super knowledgeable about for some random reason. So, what would you say, Danton, is one random topic or one random area of life that you can probably talk about for hours on end without stopping?
Hours on end. I don't know. I do love talking about chess.
Okay, let's talk about chess then. Why?
I don't know. I don't know. Just when me and my friends go to trivia nights, I don't know. Every time there's a chess question, I always seem the guy that gets thrown those questions.
Oh, interesting. So, let's see. When was chess invented?
A long time ago.
Good answer. All right. And how many squares are on the standard chessboard?
64?
Four. Interesting. How many different kinds of chess pieces are there?
5?
Five. All right.
No, no. 6, yeah.
And you have to name them. What are the six?
Rook, knight, bishop, king, queen, pawn.
Nice. Nice. Hey, you pretty know you're quite good at your stuff. Do you study chess or do you play chess a whole lot, like with friends or family?
Uh, when I get bored, I play a fair bit of online chess. Sometimes my friends will just get bored and want to play. Just some online matches, just some
Yeah.
random stuff when people get bored at home.
Quarantine shenanigans. Just having.
Yep.
All right. And have you ever lost to one of your friends before, or would you say you're the best when it comes to chess? Just among
Uh,
strangers, of course, not like in the whole world.
yes, I've definitely lost to my friends sometimes.
Oh, I know.
I don't know. I'd probably say I'm better than most of them, but
That's good. Hopefully, we'll get to play together one day, and
hopefully.
we'll see. That's awesome. So, let's kind of then take it and then add everything together and just wrap up and talk about family now. Now, I know I hinted at the beginning that your sister is also in curling as well. First, I should ask, who is better between the two of you? And you can be,
Uh, I mean, that's not even a question, but me.
you have to back it up. Why would you say it's you?
I don't know. I'm just better than her.
Ooh. Have you ever
Uh,
told her before?
yes, many times. She would say the exact opposite of what I'm saying, but
Oh, so who gets to break the tie? Who is the person that makes that final judgment?
I don't know. I don't think anybody's ever made the final decision, but
Fair, fair enough. Well, that's good. Really good to see that you're confident in your abilities. That's what it takes. The Mike Tyson mentality, as you said before. But looking at the big picture of your family, how would you say they've shaped you as a person, or what influence or major role have they really played in your upbringing and your development?
just family's just always supported me, and just being in a family that just loves curling, it was just kind of so easy to get into and just kind of keep going with it.
Nice. And do they usually come out to watch like every single one of your games? Are they your biggest supporters? Are they always making the most noise? You mentioned how with the team that you had a big shout at the start. Would you say that your family are those kind of people who really make their presence felt when it comes to your games?
Yeah, they don't show up to as many of our Mondays and Thursdays
Mm,
at the curling club, just because sometimes in the winter, not the most fun to go sit there and watch. But when we play big games and stuff, they've always been there.
yes. I mean, family is always there to support. Everybody loves family. And let me just ask this last question, I guess I should say. When you're watching maybe an Oshawa Generals game with your family, probably not in person, or let's say in person or at home, do they really get very amped up, like very excited, very loud, cheering, all of that? Or what's the environment or atmosphere like when you're doing that?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, when we're at the games, it's you always got to cheer. At home, not as much, but still nice to see your team win.
Exactly. It's the W that matters at the end of the day. Good to see. So I guess I should ask a last and finally. I know I said last question before. This is the last and final question, Danton. What is your final parting message to the world, to whoever's listening to this?
Um, Go Ridgebacks. Hopefully we can get to another curling season
Yeah,
in the near future. Hopefully all this kind of goes by and we can get back out on the ice and maybe win a OUA
yeah,
championship. Hopefully, at least make playoffs next year.
yeah. I'm looking forward to that 100%. All right. Thank you very much for joining us, Danton. Appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you for having me.